welcome back to Cocky Gachas, and in today's video we're going to take a look at stage 10-10 whereby Adrian once again comes back to haunt us. Let's dive right in. So as you can see on your screen right now, I'm up to stage 10-20. I haven't tried it, but I think it looks pretty beatable with the Adrian in front. We should be able to cheese it with the same way, but today's focus on 10-10, so let me just change up the graphic a bit. And here we go, this is the team for stage 10-10, and the way I bid it is by using my Cookie Cutter Fairy 4 unit build, right? Initially I was trying a lot of like formations. I was trying to cheese it as usual because with any stage within Adrian, I'm not sure why the devs love putting Adrian as it's probably just to like hard cap people, right? To make them want to pay so that you're able to get past the Adrian stages. But Adrian stages are getting a bit more manageable as we realize more and more tech. And in this particular clear itself, we realized that there is an additional tech that I wasn't aware of previously, but this was the exact team I used, and I did run this friends like a VV. Disclaimer though, this is pre-VV fix, so if your opponents are not in a good spot for you to ulti, right, then maybe I would suggest going with a Renter Naya instead of a Renter VV, but it's really up to you, test it around. And then in this particular lineup, I think I went with this formation. Yep, correct. So initially I was testing a lot of like different formations, trying to use the cheese strat to make the Adrian fall, but as you notice, right, on this stage itself, the Mika plus Siha is guarding the Adrian. So previously it was like in 10 dash or around 9-40, the Adrian was totally exposed, so we are able to like knock it down with the Clara. But in this stage itself, we weren't able to do so, but I accidentally found out another tech, which is the Chloe tech. So I'm not sure if it's meant to be, but I take a look at it and I don't think it was the Naya like sleeping the Adrian. It's more like the Chloe taunting the Adrian at the right time so that the Adrian actually hooks or pulls the Chloe in, right? So I think that was what happened. I'm not too sure. Later we can take a look at the gameplay itself and you guys can make a decision for yourself what exactly happened. But the Adrian being protected by two bodyguards, right, meant that we weren't able to knock them down with our Clara. So I would say that if you don't have this exact like team itself, right, I would suggest running like some different healers, like maybe you can go with a Catherine. But personally I like Clara a bit more these days, is because first things first, I have it at legendary, so it depends on your ascension levels also. And also the Clara can knock down people, right? Even if it's not the Adrian, it can knock down the Mika, it can knock down the Siha, like all these kind of units. Even knocking down a key unit that they have as a DPS, right? It's very, very important. So I feel like the Clara itself is like ranking higher in my opinion. And Catherine, I'm still using it, don't get me wrong, but when I need heals, right, like I mentioned previously in a video, like the Clara gives straight up 20% defense buff at level 1, that passive, right? So it's very, very good instantly in at the start of the battle. You are able to utilize its effect, so that's what I like about it, and this is the exact team I run with. Now moving on to the gameplay, you can see this is what I'm talking about. Actually, I was just experimenting with the teams itself. I was trying to see like what kind of team I can run so that I can cheese it, but in the end accidentally developed or discovered the taunt strat, right? So here you can see it for yourself. The Clara didn't manage to like stun the Adrian like in stage -40. Instead it stunned the Mika because it was bodyguarding. But look at this taunt, right? I don't understand how this works. I'm not sure if this was the exact mechanic, so it might have been the taunt that stopped the hook, and I'm only guessing it's that. But this is very important because like all Adrian stages, like I mentioned, right, Adrian pulling one unit into the battlefield, usually your like ranged DPS unit, right, into the battlefield, is not going to be ideal. You instantly going to almost always lose that unit unless it's ultra tanky, right? But most times it's not going to be, and that is the difficulty that comes with all this like walls whereby they have Adrian. And similar to like previously, I would find a way to counter the Adrian hook. So your focus should be there. If you don't have this exact team itself, doesn't matter, right? Try your best to find out how to actually counter the Adrian hook, and you should be fine. There are multiple ways, right? Like right now we discovered another taunt method that seems to be quite useful. I'm not sure if it's a bug. I don't think so. I think it's intended mechanic, because once you taunt, right, they can only hook the taunted target. So, or rather, you can only the taunted target can only target you, right? So that's why the hook landed on the Chloe. That's what I thought. So yeah, you can see the VV was doing a lot of damage, but Naya ulti scales super well into the late game. So once you have like a level 130, 140 Naya, right, as a friend unit, you are going to still feel the same impact of a good ultimate, and added onto it, you still have the sleep effect, which makes it even more potent going into later game tiers whereby the VV damage doesn't come in play as much. And this is also the victory and then the stats itself. VV did 900k damage, pretty insane, but yeah. And that about does it for the stage review for stage 10-10. I understand some people might not be struggling with this stage at all, but for those people struggling like me with this stage, I hope this helped you guys. And also for most people, right, this other stage, this video here, stage 10-15, we managed to clear it with a really unique strat, and you're definitely going to want to check it out. So I'll see you guys over there. This is Corky Gachas signing off.